Chapter 7. Sudden Moment with Harry. As I was walking back from seeing Professor Dumbledore, I realized something I didn't think of beforehand. It dawned on me that I had my first kiss with Professor Snape. I've read about first kisses and other stuff, I just haven't thought of it lately. I'm the type of person who wants to wait to do certain first times, unless it feels right with the person I'm with. I know it may sound stupid, but I personally want those times to be special. Though it was my first kiss, it seemed like I knew what I was doing. While thinking, I was walking along the hallways. I noticed Harry sitting alone outside on a bench. I thought Cedric would be with him since they're in the tournament together, but I guess they don't talk as much as I thought. I casually waved to Cedric and say hi, although I wish we could become good friends. However, we did briefly talk when we met at the World Cup. Since it was really cool out, I didn't think I would see Harry sitting out like this. I approached him and asked, "Hey Harry, what are you doing out here? It's cold." He didn't respond at all, which was odd. I squatted to his level, lifted his chin, and asked, "Harry, you alright?" He looked at me. "Sorry to worry you, Miranda. It's just..." He didn't bother to continue. Instead, he stared off into space. I got up and sat down on a bench beside him. I'm surprised that Ron and Hermione aren't here with him. I wonder why and if something happened. "Harry, we're best friends. You can tell me anything. What's bugging you?" I watched him carefully to get him to talk so I could find out what's wrong. It's just, Ron's mad at me and won't talk to me. The teachers are confused, and everyone thinks I put my name in that cup when I didn't. "Harry, look at me." He looked at me as I looked back. "I don't think you put your name in the cup. I believe you, and that someone over 17 did. We can't prove anything right now, unfortunately." "Thanks for believing me, Miranda. You seem to be the only one that does here." "I'm sure that's not true, Harry, but maybe in time they'll see. It won't be like this the entire year. I have no choice but to compete in the tournament now. To be honest, Miranda, I'm slightly scared, and no one is on my side." "Give them time, Harry. They'll come around. I know Hermione and Ron will, in time. Is that all that's bugging you?" "I'm also worried Voldemort will come back more than ever because my scar seems to hurt badly at certain times. And now, with the tournament..." "Harry, you and I both know that he'll return one day. Both of our parents got killed by him after all. As horrifying as it may seem, we do kind of know that he's been staying alive somehow out there, but right now, at this moment, he isn't here." "I know, Miranda, but I'm also concerned he'll try to do something to you. I don't want anything happening to you, not since you dealt with him too in the past. I care about you, you know." I did know just how much Harry cared about me. He cared like a best friend and a sister, I guess. He did even more since I told him about my past with Lord Voldemort in our first year when we were getting to know each other better. And that he somehow managed to kill my parents when I was only 6. But I didn't think Harry would care a lot about me. I guess it's more than I thought. "Harry, I'll make sure nothing bad like that happens to me. If anything, I have my best friends to back me up. I know Professor Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall will help as well. Now I can talk to Professor Dumbledore about anything." He then smiled a little. "I understand." He paused and said nothing else. It worried me. Something about him is off. Something in him has slightly changed. Maybe it's because of the tournament. I'm unsure. "Harry, what is it?" "I feel like something is wrong with me. I can't describe it, but I feel like something is. I know I can do things that other people can't. I don't want to end up like him, Miranda." "Harry, look at me." He looked into my eyes. "Harry, you won't end up like him. There's no way. Look, both of you have one or two things in common. What I do know is what he doesn't have. That is a kind, caring, and loyal heart. Harry, you're an amazing person and a great friend. Don't let Lord Voldemort or anybody else ruin that part of you. I never want you to change. Okay?" He gave me a reassuring smile. "Okay, Miranda." Then he softly grabbed my hand and intertwined it with mine, and I didn't mind at all. Harry's point of view. I'm glad to have someone like her in my life, a friend like Ron or Hermione, who I need. Even though I sometimes try to distance myself from her to protect her, she refuses to give up on me. However, I've recently been very conflicted with my feelings, not just with her, but with many girls. Maybe it's this teenage hormone thing, I don't know. Even though I like Cho Chang, my feelings for Miranda have changed somewhat. One thing is, she's my best friend, and I don't want to ruin that friendship between us. But another thing is that there are times when she makes me feel some type of way that I can't explain. However, trying to talk to girls like that makes me nervous and scared. I slightly kissed her forehead, softly whispering, "Thank you, Miranda." She looked at me curiously. "For what, Harry?" "For being a wonderful friend with a kind heart to me. You never seem to give up on me and are there for me. You seem to understand certain things more deeply than others. Sometimes even more than Ron or Hermione, even though we're best friends too." I saw her smile and giggle. "You're welcome, Harry. That's what best friends are for, after all." After a couple of minutes of sitting together in pure silence, I noticed she started to shiver. So I let go of her hand and took one arm out of my robe. I held it out behind her back as she leaned closer to me. I carefully wrapped that part of the robe around her to get her decently warm. I held her hand again as she leaned on my shoulder, not resisting. I didn't think she would take it, but I'm glad she did. This moment felt so peaceful, and I loved it. I guess you can say I might have feelings more than friendship with her. Way beyond the best friend zone, I know, but like I said, I'm very conflicted about my feelings lately. But yet, it's obvious that she has some sort of love or some strong feelings for Professor Snape with what happened recently between them. I just don't know how she could exactly, but it's not my place to say though. Every time I see her with him so far, I feel some sort of jealousy take over, and it tears me apart some. When I saw her kissing him back in the classroom, my heart felt like it was breaking inside. Am I partly falling for my best friend, or is it just a simple, weird teenager crush? I don't know yet, but I could be. Although feelings like this are so confusing, and so are girls, I partly wish she would see that she should be with me someday, even if it's not now. I almost wish that she could be with me instead of Snape. I looked from the corner of my eye to see that she cuddled even closer. She must be cold after all. I'm surprised that she hasn't stayed away from me since most people have by now. Most are because of me being chosen to be in the Triwizard Tournament. I know Cedric is being nice enough, but me and him don't talk much. Enjoying the current moment, I whispered in her ear, "I love you, Miranda." She glanced at me with her puppy dog eyes and responded, "I love you too, Harry." I know she meant to say it in a friendly way, and I did too, I think, for the most part. In a way, no matter what, I do love her as a friend, and I know she does too. We both care about each other, just like we do with Hermione and Ron. I unexpectedly leaned in and kissed her lips softly without thinking twice about it. And, to my surprise, she kissed back. I didn't think she even would. Here, I thought she would immediately back off or something. I guess I was wrong. Feeling unsure of what exactly to do, I went with my gut and tried to follow her movements. We faced each other as she put her hand on my chest and I put my hand on her waist. Within a moment, we both let go at the same time. Neither of us could say anything. We just stared at each other. I don't know why I even kissed her, to be bloody honest. I also don't know what came over me then, but I did it. Then I suddenly felt a little relieved as it eased me that I kissed Miranda. Maybe we both just got caught up in the moment since we're sitting close, talking, and trying to stay warm. I stood up and held my hand out to her. "Come on, let's get out of here before you freeze to death." She nodded in response and took my hand, shivering, and I could see her eyes glistening in the sunlight. I smiled quickly, thinking this was one of the best moments I had with her, and she didn't know.